And we are live. What's up, beasties? It's Triple B, your friendly neighborhood bearded book beast. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Beast Friends Forever. Woo! We got an awesome show tonight. I have an awesome guest. One of the first people that I interacted with when I started this booktube journey. It was an author that I reached out to because I just love the look of their books. I love the humor and everything on their content creation. So I reached out and we've chatted ever since, and they're just fantastic. And it's been so exciting for me to see them finally kind of get some traction going with more people noticing how funny they are. We'll talk about what it took for that to happen, which seems wild to me because he's been making awesome content and writing awesome books for so long. But anyway, you're going to learn all about that tonight, and I cannot wait for those of you who have not experienced this guest yet to get to know them, learn about their books, and learn about their journey. It's going to be a lot of fun. So without further ado, let me bring on my guest tonight, Aaron in Hall. What's up?
Dude, what was that you said? It was like, it's me, it's Triple B. That's good. I like that.
Oh yeah. I know that just came out once early on because I grew up watching wrestling. So I don't. Did you ever watch wrestling? Back in the day?
Like I think I tried getting into it a little bit, but my parents were a little resistant to it.
That's fair. It was interesting, but there was this one wrestler his name was Diamond Dallas Page, and he would always say, it's me, it's DDP. So it just popped out in my head one day.
That's dope.
Hold on real tight. My wife just got home, so my dog's freaking out. All right, he's fine now. So welcome, man. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you coming on. It's been a long time coming.
Dude, the pleasure's mine. Yeah, we've been acquainted for a good long while. And both of us have kind of like grown a lot more in the online book space since then. So it's cool to see you grow as well.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. So why don't you, let me go through my opening thing just so I don't forget to say it. But if you're hanging out with us live and you haven't commented or left anything, that's okay. You can just hang out. But if you do have any questions, feel free to leave them in the chat, and I'll make sure to ask Aaron them so he can answer them for you. If you're watching this on replay, we appreciate you. You guys are awesome. And just so everyone knows, in the description, I've got Aaron's website linked. I've got his books linked. I've got his Instagram, his TikTok. It's all linked down there so you can check it all out. Because after you hang out with him for an hour, you're going to think he's as awesome as I do, and you're going to want to support him. So that's where you can find everything down there below. So why don't you start us off, my friend, and let us know just in general, because we're going to talk about things in more detail, but what kind of books do you write? And how long have you been doing this author thing for?
Dude, that was one heck of an introduction. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've been writing books since I was about 15 years old. I didn't really start diving in and consistently writing until about, I would say maybe 7 or 8 years ago. Okay. But since then, I mean, I've published 9 books at this point.
Yeah, quite the catalog, man.
Thank you. Pretty awesome. But not there with Andy Peliquin just yet, but I'm working on it. But
he's a beast, man.
He's unreal. He's just a machine. He's a machine. But I've got my Wesleyan Chronicles trilogy, which is YA epic fantasy. I've got my Hammer Fist duology. Yeah, you got the trilogy right there with you.
I got all of them, man.
Yeah, my name is Hammer Fist.
This is the OG cover, right? Or well, this one.
No, well,
because there's a new cover now, right? Well, the last cover before the recover.
Yes.
Right? Or is this the newest?
Those yellow covers are going to be like, they're going to be limited edition now because I
love these. They look so cool, man. I do like the new cover too, but
yeah, the white covers, I feel like I was just they were slightly more popular. So I was like, you know what, I got to give the people what they want. But there's some people who love the colorful Wesleyan Chronicles covers.
I mean, look at those guys. Come on, man.
Yeah, they're cool. They're cool.
I love them.
I liked them. I've always liked them
too.
Yeah,
they're good.
I wanted to give the people what they want. So
people love the white covers. It's true.
Yeah, the white covers are dope. But The Legend of is definitely my most popular book right now. Yes. It's that YA fantasy comedy just over your other shoulder.
Yes, right here. As you can see, he has awesome covers, guys.
Yeah,
and they all like I can tell that it's like your book, but they all like fit the story too.
Totally. Totally. I think
So yeah.
Al Larson did a tremendous job illustrating that. He was great to work with.
Oh, I love it. It gives me like Adventure Time vibes,
Very much. Like we were definitely
which
like,
fits the story.
yeah, we were super inspired by the visual aesthetic of Adventure Time, and we felt like it fit the vibe of the book. So
Oh, for
I
sure.
definitely was like asking for inspiration from that property.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, man. Now, did you use different cover artists for each of the books, or did you use similar one or the same one for different ones?
So the original trilogy of the Wesleyan Chronicles was done by Shelby Teachin. She was a friend of mine from like high school, and
Oh
we,
wow.
when we both went to college, I mean, I started as a film student, but she went into art, and I didn't know she was artsy at all. But she did the original cover of Foreordained, the black cover with the realistic
Oh yeah.
sword on it. For base, I mean, she offered to do it for free, but I like made her take a check for $50, and she did that. But
That's awesome.
yeah, Len, the colorful covers were done by Kaylin Russell, and she
Hmm.
did my Hammer Fist covers. She did the cover for Plasma Rifle, Love Letters to a House on Fire. She did most of my covers, honestly. But then when I was getting ready for the Wesleyan Chronicles refresh, I hit up Shelby, the original artist, and I was like, "Hey, what if we dropped that black background to white? You know, so there's more contrast with the sword.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll lift the text for." Excuse me, I'm coming off a cold, but
Oh
we'll
no.
lift the text for the titles and my name and just make it pop. And it was like those little tweaks that just made the cover like come alive a little bit more. But C. Alexander Larson illustrated The Legend of and he was just a dude from my church, like that I knew. He had,
That's crazy.
yeah, he had an Instagram where he had done some of his illustrations. I'm like, he's got just the look I'm looking for. So I'm gonna see if he's down to do a book cover, and he was. So yeah,
Oh man. It was a good fit. Audrey Hopper is here. What's up, Audrey? Thanks for being in here. Hello,
hey
hello.
Audrey.
Yeah, it fits the story so well, man. So that's your most recent book, and it's going well. So is that a self-contained book? Is there going to be more to it?
There's
What's next?
like originally I wrote it to be a self-contained just single novel just to see because I didn't know how people were going to receive it,
Yeah.
you know.
Hmm.
I worked really hard to promote it before it came out and it got the momentum it needed, but more and more comments were like I want more of these characters, like I love this world, I love these
Fun.
characters, are we going to get more? And as I thought about it, I was like, I had too much fun writing this, I can't just do one book.
Right.
So the second Legend of Us is well underway. I am more than halfway through the first revision, so
Nice.
the
Okay.
beta readers will probably get it in the next week or two. Yeah, I'm looking
Ooh.
at like an early summer release.
Oh,
And
nice.
I've been working with Al on the next cover. We've been going back and forth on some touch ups and ideas, and he's doing great. So yeah,
Oh man,
it's
that's
in the
awesome.
works.
Oh, I cannot wait, man. And that feels like the perfect time for it, summer too. That just it feels like a summer read to me. At least the
It,
first one did.
definitely is like a spring summer read. I've
Yeah,
noticed like my sales have gone down a little bit in the fall because I think
in the
people
fall.
want more like spooky reads or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it definitely feels like a spring summer book for sure.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, dude. We got some more people popping in here. We've got the Fantasy and Sci-Fi Fanatics podcast. What's up, my
Oh
friend?
heck
Thanks for
yeah!
being
What's
here,
up, guys?
Daniel. Yeah, what's up? We got Jeffrey Smith is also here. There it goes. Thanks for being here, Jeffrey. We appreciate you, my friend. So what? To
Obviously, it's
legend to
too furious. That's what it's going to be called,
Ooh,
actually.
I like
Yeah,
that. That's what I'm
yeah.
talking about. Man, well that is pretty sweet. So that's what you're working on currently. Now you have
Mhm.
the other two. You've got the duology, the kind of your Hammer Fist, the superhero
Yeah.
one. Which
Yes.
if people couldn't see the second cover, I love these too. These look freaking awesome. I
Yeah, they're
love
dope.
these. Like I feel like there is a lot of times people that I've talked to think that superhero stuff won't click with people, but since I've been doing this, I have like two videos from that were really old, and of course they're terrible quality. And when I first started, but they still
Mhm.
get they my most views. And one is uh, top 10 urban fantasy, and then the other
Mhm.
is top 10 superhero books for adults. And like, so I think there is definitely a rabid group of people. If they're willing to
Yeah.
watch that old cruddy video I made, there's people that want superhero stuff. So if anybody wants superhero stuff, read Hammer Fist. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting because like Hammer Fist doesn't sell as much as my like
Mhm.
fantasy work, like by far. But Hammer Fist Volume 2 in particular, like
Yeah,
my editor told me it's a masterpiece. And then there's
I gotta read the
our
second.
like our buddy Adam on Bookstagram, like
Mhm.
he gave it 5 stars and was like, this book like ripped. It was so good.
Oh,
So it's like such a small collection of people have read it, but
yeah,
everyone who's read Hammer Fist 2
loved
is
it.
like, holy crap, this rips, you know?
Oh man, oh man. Well,
Yeah.
we gotta get people checking it out more.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
let's see.
It's just,
Daniel
it's
says he loves
superhero
it.
fatigue. Yeah.
Oh
But
yeah, I know it's true. All the Marvel stuff and all that.
yeah, just tired of it.
It'll come back around. It ebbs and
Yeah.
flows, right?
Yeah.
Uh, Curran's here also working out. You're trying to show off, Curran. Come on, man.
Get those
We're
gains,
glad
dude.
that you're here. Get those gains. That's right.
Yeah. Get them.
Uh, all right, and then you've got your original trilogy that you talked about. So, are those done? Are you going to revisit those? Do you think at any time, or were those kind of completed stories, and you're doing new things in the future?
You know, I mean, while I was working on the Wevleyan Chronicles, I was thinking like this is the property I'm going to write for the rest of my life. Like it's just going to be in this universe.
Yeah.
And as I've gone on to other things, I'm like, I'd like to revisit the Wevleyan Chronicles, maybe. But I'm a much different writer now, and I feel like I've kind of found my niche is like funny, wry fantasy and sci-fi. And the Wevleyan Chronicles is a little more serious. So I
Hmm.
don't know. It's a tough audience because I originally wrote it back when I was like far more religious, and I classify it as Christian epic
Right.
fantasy. You
Hmm.
know, it's not like praise Jesus in your face, but it does have that kind of like C.S. Lewis
Yeah.
symbolism going on.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, it's about a boy who is called by this sacred dragon to be the next king of a kingdom that's fallen apart under the rule of a tyrant. And that first book is kind of his reluctant ascension to the throne. Second book is War with the Neighboring Kingdom, and third book is Insurrection from the Inside. And you know, I'm a little critical of it because that first book in the series, I was 15 when I started writing
Oh,
it. So I was a
that's
very
wild, man.
new budding writer. But the books
Yeah.
2 and 3 are rad. Like those books are great. So I mean, if it got a big enough fan base where they were like, give us more, I'd consider writing some more work in that universe. But the Legend of is just what everybody's falling
Oh
in
yeah.
love with right now. So it's like I had a ton of fun writing it. So let's go. Let's do 3
Oh
more, you
yeah.
know?
Well, and I loved it because like it starts off where you're just enjoying it because it's funny and you take like a lot of the tropes and a lot it's very clearly that you're like throwing shade at a lot of things. But then
Oh,
slowly you get to love these characters and it becomes its own thing. And
yeah.
I think it was brilliant how you did that. And yeah, I think that's why people love it. It's familiar, but then slowly it becomes its own thing and you just fall in love with it.
Thank you. I mean, I wasn't trying to throw shade at any like IP. It was
It
like
was
I call
the wrong wordage by me, but like
yeah, I
you know,
call it a loving.
just
It's a
have
loving
fun with it.
parody. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
loving
yeah,
parody where it's like I want to like do fun little jabs at
yeah.
like
Hmm.
fantasy IPs that we all know and love,
Yeah.
but like pay respectful homage to it at the same time.
Oh yeah.
And I
Hmm.
feel like I struck that balance pretty well.
Oh, you definitely did. It was very lighthearted and fun. Like, yeah, throw shade was the wrong thing. Strike that from the record.
Oh, you're good. You're good, dude.
It was definitely more poking fun for sure, and I enjoyed it. And I think you
But
did a good job with it. Have you
thank you.
gotten any backlash from any like? Because you know, there's some of those rabid fan bases that get mad if anybody says anything about their favorite series or book. Have you gotten anybody that's like, oh, why
No.
did you? Okay, good.
Not at all. Like, if anything, anybody's just like, dude, Sandy Brambleton, the author who's been cursed to write big books. That's so funny. Yeah. So you know,
Yeah,
it's
that was
interesting
good.
because I live in Salt Lake City. Like Brandon
Hmm.
Sanderson is down the road. He's not too
That's
far from
crazy.
me.
Yeah,
So he and I have some mutual friends connections. Like I'm
yeah,
not close with Brandon. I've met
yeah,
him like a couple of times, but I'm not like tight.
yeah.
So I asked a few friends of his where I'm like, hey, I want to create this character named Sandy Brambleton who believes he's been cursed by the local witch to write nothing but big books.
Yeah, yeah,
Would Brandon be mad? Like, I don't want to make him upset. And they're like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
no, he would love that. That's so fun. You just great. Think that's great. So I actually did email the Dragonsteel team before the book came out and said, hey, there's a character in this book that may or may not be Brandon and his friend Dan Wells. Can I send you guys some copies? Is that cool? And they were like, yeah. here's the address. So
That's
Brandon and
awesome.
Dan both have a copy of Legend of
Oh,
their
that's
own.
cool.
Maybe they'll read it someday. We'll see. But yeah, that's we'll see.
Oh yeah, dude, that'd be awesome if they did. Because I mean, so he's especially Brandon Sanderson has so many eyes on everything he did. All it
Mm,
would take was just one little like talk him saying that was funny, and people would want to
uh-huh.
check it out.
Oh,
But
totally.
luckily, you've already kind of gotten a lot of eyes on your stuff, which we'll talk about in a minute. But before we get to that, I do want to go back and you touched on how you started writing when you were 15. So I
Yeah.
want to go back through your journey to becoming a writer first. But before we do that, I got a question for you, Aaron. Do you like
Oh boy.
really, really bad dad jokes?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, well, here we go. I got two for you. All right, first one is all right, so yesterday I tried eating a clock, but it didn't go very good. It was very time consuming.
Oh brother. Ah, good one,
All right, hold on,
Dad.
hold on. I got one more. I got one more. All right. So tonight I was making pizza for the kids, and I made a Hawaiian pizza, but I burned it. I should have put it on aloha setting.
Wow. All right.
Come
Great one,
on
Dad.
now, come on.
Great one, Dad.
All right. So take us back to when you were just a little Aaron, just a little guy. Tell us some of the things that got you into fantasy and into books and into all this stuff, and then take us through why you started writing when you were 15 and the journey up to where you are now, where you've written all these books.
Oh, totally. Okay. Well, I mean, the seeds of fantasy were planted at a young age. I mean, I really loved movies like The Sword and the Stone, Dragonheart, Jumanji, um, yeah, like and
Dragonheart.
The Black Cauldron. Like I was all about that
Oh,
too.
so
Yeah,
good.
yeah. So a lot of those like Disney fantasy movies, I was all about.
Hmm.
And what really kind of like made me want to make fantasy stuff of my own was playing The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of
Oh
Time for the
yeah,
Nintendo 64. Yeah, I was
classic.
like 8 or 9 years old, and I think for me that was like this isn't just a game that I played. This is an experience that I had, and I want to make stuff like this too. Couldn't make video games of my own, so like through one thing and another, it was just kind of I realized that writing stories was an accessible way to like build these worlds and these characters and whatever. And yeah, I mean, I also played Skies of Arcadia for the Dreamcast around that same time, and that
Oh
really like taught
yeah,
me a lot about like
forgot about that one.
ensemble casting.
Hmm.
Like, dude, you know Skies of Arcadia?
Yes.
Oh, dude, I don't know anybody who knows Skies of
That's
Arcadia.
because
That's
not
such
that many people had a Dreamcast.
yeah, it's such a deep cut, but it's like anybody who had a Dreamcast and played Skies of Arcadia, it's like embedded in their brain as one of their
Yes.
favorite things for the
Yep.
rest of their lives.
Never. Yep. Yep. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That was
But
good.
yeah,
That was good.
I started writing like short stories for my friends, and printing them off and taking them to school
Oh,
and
that's
handing them
awesome.
around, and and I made sure to put my friends in them. And
Yeah.
whenever there was like a creative writing assignment in school, like I was just hyped, because I was like, I'm gonna make this rad story that does this and this.
Yeah.
Like in fifth grade, there was this Halloween story we had to write that had to be at least one page,
Hmm.
and mine was 14 pages, and I was a fifth grader. So my teacher made me stand in front of class and read it to everybody because she thought it was
Oh
so good.
gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was when I was 15 that I was in a Mormon seminary class, and they showed us this video of like it was this allegory of a prince who got kidnapped by bandits, and the bandits tried to like get him into like wicked living, like
Oh
drinking and women, da 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 da.
yeah.
And the prince wasn't having it. And the bandits were like, "We've given you all these pleasures, why will you not partake?" And the prince was like, "Because one day I'm meant to be king." And I thought to myself, what if that was a thing where like you couldn't be a king unless you were
Yeah.
a good person? How would that work? So that's where like the world of Webley kind of started to put together in my head, where it's like you have a system of spiritual foreordination where only righteous souls could wield like supreme executive power like a king.
Hmm.
And yeah, that just kind of blossomed into the Wesleyan Chronicles. That's how it all got started. That's where it is.
Man, that's awesome, dude. That's wild. Like when you started writing that at that age, did you think like you'd end up where you are now, where you were really going to publish those and go on, or was it like or was it just like a wish and a prayer? You kind of just hoped that it would.
Oh,
Were
dude,
you
no,
like, this is gonna happen?
no, I had my eyes on the prize. I was like, I'm gonna
Heck
publish
yeah.
this before I go on my mission, and I'm gonna make so much money. And like I was one of those authors who was like, I'm gonna be the next big thing. And now I'm like, I don't want to be the next big thing. I just want my slice where I can make a full-time
Yes.
living, and
Yep.
like that's all I need.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I had a pretty big ego as a kid. I thought I was like a much better writer than I thought I was, and I was really good for my age. But like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, you know how it
Takes
is.
time, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, that's pretty awesome. So you wrote that at 15. When did
Mhm.
you did how long did that take you and when did you publish it?
I finished the first draft halfway through my senior year of high school, and
Wow.
I thought it was ready at that point.
Hmm.
Like I started giving it to my friends, and they were enjoying it. But I wanted to get it sent off to a publisher before I left on my Mormon mission, and just gut feeling said no. Gut feeling said
Hmm.
hold on, just like wait for a little while. So I went and served my 2-year mission in Boston at a great time, and then came home and revisited the manuscript and figured, oof, this actually needs a lot of work. So I spent like a year revising it and like
Wow.
touching it up.
Yeah.
And then I discovered KDP self-publishing, and I was like, well, I'll just do this myself. Like I
Yeah.
don't need to
Yeah.
wait for a publisher to give me a green light. I'll just throw it out
Yeah.
there. So no editor, no marketing plan, just like slapped my book into a design that my
And
friend
you're like
Shelby made.
18,
Yeah, and I
19.
was like 23 years old. Yeah, yeah.
Oh
So
man.
I was
That's crazy.
young,
You
but
were.
yeah, that's what it is.
Hey, you sent it out there, man. That's awesome. So
I
how did that
did.
go? Like how did that go without having like doing any promotion or anything? Like how did it go at first?
For no promotion, it went surprisingly well. I mean, I did some promotion where like I was featured in my university newspaper. Like they did a little
That's cool.
story on me,
Yeah.
and they reviewed it and gave it a really good review,
Oh,
surprisingly.
that's good.
And yeah, that was great. But and then I had a friend who did an internship at KSL, which is like a pretty prominent news organization in Utah.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
they did a story on me, and that made me sell like 40 copies in one day,
Oh,
which
nice.
was wild.
Oh, that was pretty
Um,
exciting as heck, man.
yeah, but it was very like, you know, it
Yeah,
was it was big for like 6 months, and then it just like fell off the face of the earth.
died off.
And
Yeah.
I didn't really like work hard on writing books very much at all while I was in college.
Hmm.
Like I would do a little bit during the summer when the semesters were off, but I didn't really get back into it until I had graduated and was like working full time.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was so then that's when you started really focusing on book two. Was after
Um,
you're done with college,
no,
or
I
did you put it
started.
out before that?
So I published foreordained, during my like sophomore year of college.
Hmm.
Then went on to graduate, and I still didn't get started writing again for like another year. But I had this idea for this superhero comedy where we'd been inundated by Marvel content, and
Yeah.
I was like, I want to write something that feels self-aware of all this and like lovingly makes fun of it. So that's where my name is Hammerfist came from.
Nice.
So I made that was my second book, and then I did Purged as my third book and Awakened as my fourth book,
Okay.
I believe.
Very cool, man. So
Yeah.
then you were how close did you release all those together?
Oh gosh. My name is Hammerfist number one came out in February of 2020, so it was like a month
Okay.
before the pandemic. Um, and then I think Purged came out a year later, and Awakened came out a year after that.
Okay. So you've done
Yeah.
a lot in just the last 4 or 5 years.
Totally, yeah, because it was after Awakened. It was the same year as My Name Is Hammerfist Volume Two, where I was like, every year I want to do a novel and a collection of stories and poems. Like that's what I want to shoot for,
Yeah.
um, and that's what it's been ever since.
As I say.
I didn't publish anything in 2023 though, because I was really working, or sorry, 2024, because I was working really hard on. Uh, the Legend of and really focusing on promoting it a lot before it came
Yeah.
out and giving
Hmm.
it like the momentum it needed, and it paid off because
Yeah.
it's making the rounds in the indie fantasy space.
Oh, for sure. It's doing awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that definitely paid off. Um, all right, awesome stuff. So in a second, I want to talk about uh, the promotional stuff and all your content creation and how things have taken off. But
Uh-huh.
before we do that, on my channel every day I ask a question of the day, and I always like to ask my guest about what their answer would be. So today I asked people how they organize their books on their bookshelf, alphabetical, by genre, by author, by color, or just randomly, or a combination of all these things. So, what say you, Aaron? What do you? How do you organize your books?
I like to organize my books according to genre. I
Nice.
feel like, I don't know, they just all fit together. But it does get weird when you have like an author who's got a couple books in a couple different genres, because
Oh
it's like
yeah,
I want
that's
them to
true.
be
You want them to
anyway.
be together. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but I did
That's so true.
recently. I got this like spinny corner bookcase
Oh,
from
I
a
love
company called
those.
Fly City. That was like
Mhm.
an influencer thing where they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll give you a free one if you make a
Oh,
reel about us."
nice.
And I was like, "Done." And
Okay.
that has become my indie fantasy and like friends of mine shelf, where it's just
That's awesome.
all friends and indie books, and I think it's
That's
so
cool.
sick. It's just about full. It's getting there.
Heck yeah, man. You're gonna have to get another one.
I might honestly. I'd have to find a place to put it, but
I
yeah,
know. That's what happens when you get and you have friends that write indie books and you get into indie books. There's so many good ones. It's hard not to just stock your shelves full
yeah.
of them, you know?
It's great when you find a really good traditionally published book, but when you find a really good indie book, it's like, oh
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
this is gold.
That's so true, man. It's so
Mm.
true. I agree. Um,
Excuse me.
Mark Kleinexel's here. What's up, Mark? Thanks for being here. Appreciate you, man. All right. So when we first started talking, I thought your books were awesome, and I loved the little skits you did and everything you did. Um, but recently, something you did really just took off like crazy, and you're
Yeah.
finally getting attention for all the other things that I think are hilarious that you deserve. You probably still deserve more, in my opinion. But tell
That's
us a
very
little bit
generous. Thank you.
about tell us a little bit about caveman cooking and how this has taken the world by storm.
Dude, it's so weird because like there's a dude that I follow called his handle's Fit Munchies, but he does brokey budget meals. He'll go to
Yeah.
HEB or Walmart and spend like $7 on
Oh
ingredients
man.
and then like come home and make dinner on it.
Yeah.
And as someone who's broke as a joke, like that's great. So I've been following a lot of his recipes. And as a content creator, you definitely want to experiment a lot with different kinds of content to just see
Yeah.
what works.
Hmm.
So on a whim one day, I was like, I'm just gonna make a cooking video where I just kind of like babble and mumble at ingredients and point and go, yeah, like after every like step,
Yeah.
just to show people how I make a pizza or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I posted it and it got like 10,000 views. And I was like, that's kind of wild. Like, let's do another one, see how it goes.
Yeah.
And that got like 100,000 views. So I'm
Yes.
thinking people love this. Like people in the comments were like, do more. This is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is so funny. And like tens of thousands of people were starting to follow me on TikTok. And I'm like, what is going
Hmm.
on? This is wild. So I had to figure out a way to marry that with the books because like I'm here to promote my work. I'm not here to
Right.
just
Yeah.
cook for people. Like I'm here to get people to look at my books.
Yeah.
So I started thinking of kind of funny and inventive ways to like shoehorn my books
Oh
into
yeah.
the cooking
Yep.
videos, and that helps. So ever since the caveman cooking videos have started taking off, like my book sales have been kind of on its heels. So it's been great.
Yeah. Hey man, sometimes you never know. Like you said, you never know what's gonna stick. You just keep throwing
Totally.
things at the wall and see what happens. And I think they're hilarious, man. And I think because they're so quick, you do a lot in that short amount of time when you cook
Hmm.
something. But they're just funny, and they're kind of like a song that gets stuck in your head and is catchy. Like
Yeah.
you just want to watch them. They're just hilarious. I don't know. So that was well done. How many of them have you done now? Like a
Oh,
handful, right?
I think like 14 or 15.
You've
You
done
know,
that many?
yeah,
I gotta watch the rest.
it's getting to the point where I'm like, what do I make? I'm like, I've made most of the recipes
I
I
was gonna
know.
say that's so
Yeah,
many. What you're gonna run out of? You're gonna have to really start thinking, man. That's
yeah.
hilarious.
I've started digging a little bit more into my family recipes and stuff. Like my dad used to make this like chicken noodle soup, and I've never attempted making it myself, but I have the recipe. So I'm thinking tomorrow's caveman cooking day. I'm just
Yes.
gonna go through and see how it turns out, and it's gonna go on the
Yeah.
internet, and hopefully people think it's okay.
Heck yeah, man. Just start doing whatever. You're gonna have to
Mm.
start getting like cookbooks and just start picking things like really quick meal ideas or something, or like the Game of Thrones or Lord of the Ring cookbooks or something, but
Yeah.
put your own quick spin on them. I don't
And
know,
no,
something.
honestly, I think a caveman cooking cookbook is on the horizon.
Yes. Oh, dude, you
Yeah.
should.
Once I have like 50 to 100 recipes in mind that I can put
Yes.
in this, I think it would be fun to have like a caveman like version and an English version like next to each
Yes,
other,
you should.
you know? And
That would be
maybe
hilarious.
maybe we'll like squeeze a story in, it'll
I
say
was
like
gonna say
between
you
the
could make a little
recipes.
story. Yes.
Yeah, so, like, by the end of the cookbook, there's, like, the story has a
Yeah.
resolution, but, yeah, I've been looking at options of, like, how I could publish an affordable cookbook, that a college student could take to school with them, because some of these cookbooks are, like, so big and beautiful, but they're expensive.
Oh yeah.
They're,
Hmm.
like, $50. I'm like, "No, no, no, no,
Yeah.
we're gonna do, like, a spiral-bound
Yeah.
$20, like, cookbook, that's just really approachable and small, and anyway, and
I think that's a great idea.
there has been a publisher in Utah that I've heard has expressed interest in making a cookbook with me, but
Oh
they
heck
haven't
yeah.
emailed me or called me or anything yet. So I don't know. Like, don't wait around too
They're
long, guys.
they're gonna vote. That's right.
Yeah, for real.
Now's the time.
Mm,
But yeah, Curran loves it. He says, "Give me the food, Aaron."
yeah,
And Mark is a big camper. Mark, you should check out Aaron's videos. They're pretty funny, and they'd give you
thank
some
you.
good camping cooking ideas.
Yeah,
But
all the recipes are easy and inexpensive. Like that's part of the
they
brand.
are.
They gotta be
Yep.
easy to make.
Yep. Yep. For sure. So that's pretty awesome, man. I'm just jazzed for you. I think that it's funny, and I'm glad that you found a way to make it work for your books, because the worst thing would have been if you're getting all these views and all these subs and all this stuff, but then you're not able to push it towards your books at all. So I'm glad that you found a way, because that's, at the end of the day, you're an author and you love writing, you love your books, and you want to get them out in the world. And when you have an
Mhm.
opportunity like this where something gets a lot of traction, it would hate to have it not work for you. So I'm glad that it's working.
Totally. Well, it's been strategic because I mean I make one caveman cooking video a week. That's it.
Yep.
Everything
Yep.
else is author Aaron doing my
Yep.
normal thing because I want to make sure that my brand is grounded in the writing of the stories.
Yeah.
And it's tempting, those caveman cooking videos with like the TikTok creator fund, like they make me
Oh
some
yeah.
money. They make me
Yeah.
money. So if I was just doing a new caveman cooking video every day,
Every
no
day.
joke, I could probably make a living off that, like
Yeah.
just off those videos. But
Yep.
that's not like what I want, I
Right.
don't
It's
think that
not
would
what you
make me
want to do.
happy. No.
Hmm.
So I've had to be kind of like intentional with how I approach it, but I've arrived at a place that I feel like makes sense.
Yeah. Well, and like, if you did it every day, one, would you run out of ideas? And two, would it be too much? And then all of a sudden, you know, people stop watching them as much because there's so many,
Yeah,
who
yeah,
knows?
and that's definitely a thing too, and just buying all the ingredients, like,
Oh,
am I
yeah.
really gonna make a new recipe every day? The
That'd
ones
be
that
so much
perform
work.
the ones that perform the best are like casseroles and things that are like for
Yes.
a whole
Yeah.
family.
Yep.
So, my freaking which was it? The tater tot casserole video got like almost
Yeah.
2 million views on TikTok.
Yes. That
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah, TikTok paid me over $1,000 just for that video alone,
Dude,
which is
that's so.
insane. And
God,
I'm like,
yeah. How do you not do those every day now? That would be
yeah,
so hard.
it's tough, but you know what it is like I look at that income and I'm like, oh, this is audiobook money. I can finally get my
Yeah, that's
books
true, man.
produced
Yeah.
into audiobooks like after
Heck
so
yeah.
long. So my plan with that
Yeah.
money. It's like it's not
Oh
really
man.
going into my pocket. It's going to go to
Yeah.
audiobook production.
Heck yeah. One Legend of would be you could make a sweet audiobook for that book.
Well,
Like, oh
Adriel
man.
Brandt, I did manage to hire
Did
an
you?
audiobook narrator for
Oh,
Legend of
nice.
Adriel Brandt was terrific. We're already in talks. He's doing Foreordained right now. He's doing the
Nice.
audiobook for that.
That's
Um,
awesome.
he might be able to do the whole Wesleyan Chronicles before the second Legend of is ready, but we'll
That's
see.
sick, man.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I mean, there's so many people that only do audio, and that's just exciting that you can get your books into their ears
No,
too. That's
exactly.
awesome.
And it's an accessibility thing too, because there's a lot of
Hmm.
people who struggle to read a physical book or an ebook,
Yeah.
and like audiobooks are the only way that they can read. And so
Yeah.
it's like I've wanted to get them produced and done and out there, but it's just so expensive. So
It is.
yeah, the stupid caveman cooking videos are finally opening the door to let me get those done.
I know. It's awesome, man. Well, and you're still having fun with them, right? Because it seems like you have fun when you do them. I mean, hopefully
Yeah.
at some point it's not like, oh, I got to do my weekly caveman cooking video.
Well, sometimes it does feel like that, but occasionally it's, this will be fun. We'll get it done, and then
Yeah,
people will enjoy it. That's kind of
yeah.
thing.
Do you get through those in one take and you don't worry about it, or do you have to like redo parts sometimes?
No, like I'm usually able to do one, make
Yeah,
one meal and make one
yeah.
video. But I
That's the
definitely have,
nice thing about it.
yeah, I have to plan in like an hour and a half though for lunch,
Mm.
because it's not just cooking. Like I have to
Right.
stop and pick up my phone and record and
Yep.
put it down. And then,
Yep.
it's a lot of stop and go.
Yeah, for sure. But at least it's you don't have to because your other shorts that they're more like skits. How long do those take you? Because those I feel like are hilarious, but I'm sure you put a lot of thought into them and think them through.
Yeah, there was a period recently where I was starting to do like more scripted skits,
Hmm.
and it was fun, and I had some like what I thought were great ideas, but they didn't really
Yeah.
perform like significantly better than most of
No.
just my
Yeah.
talking to the camera videos
Yep.
about like the
Yep.
top 4 best fantasy books I read
Yep.
this year or
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
So I'm always trying to find that intersection of like ease and effectiveness, and
Yep.
living where that intersection is,
Yep.
because I don't want to like spend every day just
Right.
figuring out what my content I was going to make.
Yep. Well, yeah, and then things like that, like you said, they're scripted, they take longer, and then if
Hmm.
you're not seeing that, people aren't watching it. They're not getting your book, which is the whole point. So
Yeah,
you don't
totally,
waste all
totally.
that time, and you could be writing or doing something else for your books.
Hmm.
So I
Yep.
get that for sure. All right, well, congrats on that, man. I think it's awesome, and I hope it just keeps getting bigger and bigger because you've been deserving that break, in my opinion, for a long time. So I'm glad that you
Thanks,
finally are
dude.
getting it, man.
I
Um,
appreciate that. It's very kind.
yeah, yeah. Well, of course. All right. So next, I have some writing process questions for you. I always like to pick authors' brains and
Okay.
see how differently people answer these questions. So to start off, and you've written a lot more than a lot of people I've talked to, so this might have changed over time. But first question, you have the spectrum for an author. You've got on one end the pantser, right? Just sits down and writes, doesn't plan anything. Then the
Mhm.
plotter, they plot everything out. They don't allow for any deviation. Um, where do you feel like you are now? And are you in the middle? Are you one way or the other, as opposed to where you were when you were 15 and first started writing that book?
It's funny. I've always been a bit of an outliner. Like
Okay.
I feel like I'm 60% plotter and 40% pantser.
Okay.
Um, with Awakened, the third book in the Wevleyan Chronicles, I really did kind of experiment with just pantsing. And it was arduous. Like I really didn't like it, but I
Yeah.
was struggling so much to put together an outline that felt like it worked, that, it was just taking me too long to outline. So I was like, you know what, we're just going to dive in and like try to like feel out where the story goes. But yeah, like I'm a pretty consistent outliner. But as I'm in the dregs of writing the story, I will allow myself the freedom to kind of like deviate from the outline depending on what feels appropriate. So it takes courage, but after 9 books, I've kind of learned to like kill my darlings and say, you know what, that may have been what I was originally planning,
Right.
but
Right.
this is a great idea right here, and this people will love this. So that's what I do.
Oh yeah, that's the way to do it. I feel like it's good to have that mix because if you don't plot anything, I feel like I'm not sure how people don't get writer's block because you don't. Eventually, you're gonna get stuck if you don't know the
Yeah,
ending or at least something like that.
yeah,
But then also, like you said, allowing because once you write those characters, they come alive and sometimes they don't do what you think they were going to do, right? You're like, I
totally,
don't think they'd say that, or I don't think they'd do that.
totally.
Or you write a character, a side character, and you're like, they're actually
Excuse me.
pretty good. I gotta put them on the page more, or something like that. Have you had in any of your books a character like drastically change your story where they either live when they were supposed to die, or die when they're supposed to live, or just take off in a completely different direction that changes the story?
Um, Gosh, I mean, the ending of The Legend of originally wasn't very satisfying. Like the beta readers had to come to me and be like, "Yeah, you need to fix the ending," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And the ending turned out much better. But there haven't, according to my memory, there hasn't been a lot of experiences where, just a character pops up in my head that changes the entire trajectory of the story. No, but I have had some like fun side characters, just kind of like, I should put a character right here who's like this. That would be fun. That would
Yeah.
make sense. And you read The Legend of right?
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
so Dr. Snipe in the city of Varys, he
Yeah.
was not in my outline at all.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah, and he turns out to be this really funny nod towards Harry Potter because Dr. Snipe is essentially
Oh,
like
right,
Professor
right. Yeah,
Snape.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
because
yep,
he's
yep, yep,
he runs the apothecary, this dungeon-like, potion
yeah.
shop, and he's got a drawling voice and long greasy black hair, and he's in love with this woman who's never had
I
similar
thought that
feelings
was
for him.
probably planned all the time because it was just so perfect.
No,
For
it,
this.
it was it was spur of the moment. I was like,
Wow.
they need to get the ingredients for this potion to help their
Yeah.
friend. What if? Oh, wouldn't it be great if? And that just happened.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad you put that in because it was a really good part. So that
Yeah,
was good.
it
That's
comes back
awesome, man.
he comes back in a really funny way in the second book too. So I'm
Ooh, I
really
like
excited
that.
for people to get
Oh
that.
man. Oh, I can't wait, dude. Uh, Shout out to Trinity Cunningham real quick, another awesome indie author. Thanks for being here, Trinity. Um, that's awesome, man. Okay, so that's I think that you're doing it the right way. I mean, some people make it work one way all the way or the other, but I feel like
Mhm.
combining them is usually the best way to go.
Yeah.
All right, so next question has kind of two parts. So first, when you're like right now, you're working on book two, and in the past, when you've been working on other books, since you're an indie author, so you don't have like somebody breathing down your neck saying this needs to be done by this time, but you do have a time frame you want to get it done in.
Yes.
So are you somebody that sets writing goals like for the week or for the month or for the day? And then, well, tell us about that first. So
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
so, you do set goals. If you don't meet them, do you just like add on the next day, or you like give yourself some grace and just be like, today just I wasn't gonna hit it. We'll do better tomorrow.
It depends. Yeah, I'm definitely a very structured like writer. I when I'm in the drafting phase, like doing a first draft, I give myself a quota of like, you know, 1250 words a day that I try to knock out. And then when I'm in the revising phase, I try to do like at least one chapter a day as I'm like
Wow,
tighten
nice.
things
Okay.
up. So, I mean, I've set this deadline for myself to get the second Legend of published by like May. Um, but that means that the manuscript is going to have to be edited and done by like mid-February because I'm going to need a few months to promote,
Oh
and
yeah.
send it out to critics and whatever. So it's like, okay, I can do a revision in a month, another revision in a month, but I'm going to need to give it to beta readers, which is going to take 2 weeks. And I'm in the middle of this revision now, and I've got, so I'm like scheduling it in my head, and also working with, my cover designer and making sure, okay, we have a design for a release, like a cover reveal day, release day.
Hmm.
Um, but anyway, so yeah, I'm very structured. And when it comes down to uh, days where I don't hit my quota or I don't hit my goal, like sometimes I'll try to make up for it in previous days where,
Yeah.
maybe I didn't hit 1200, maybe I only did 500. But if I do like 300 extra words for the next like 2 or 3 days, I'll like be back to where I need to be. But
Yep.
sometimes I just give myself some grace, or I'm like, I'm a little burnt out. Like I'm
Yep.
trying to juggle a million things right now. And I'm just going to let myself veg out, watch Netflix tonight. I feel like I need that.
Yeah, that's good because sometimes that's what we need to do, right? All
Totally.
right, so that's good. All right, and then on the flip side, when you are writing, are you a creature of habit? Like, do you like to write in the morning versus at night? Do you like to write in a certain place, like in an
Mhm.
office or at your desk, or
Yeah.
do you like to go somewhere and write? What are some of your preferences when you're writing?
I wish I was one of those really cool writers who would like take their laptop to a coffee shop and just,
Right.
but I'm definitely a writer who enjoys solitude. Like I
Hmm.
don't even listen to music when I write. Like I'm just usually in the quiet, and thankfully I live by myself. Like it's so there's no one
Yeah.
to just like come barging in and interrupting me when
Right.
I'm in the zone. But yeah, like I enjoy sitting here at my desk, kind of just, I got the dual screens going on. So sometimes I'll
Hmm.
have, my Word document here where I'm writing stuff, but also like my lore document on this monitor
Nice.
to make sure I'm staying consistent,
Yep.
and using the right wordage for the spells and whatever. But I also like to just go down to my living room and like sit on the couch and put my feet up on the coffee table and write with my laptop in my lap, because that's what I did for years,
Mhm.
as a younger writer, just, just sitting in my living room with my laptop in my lap. There's something very comforting about that to me. It's terrible for my posture though. It's so bad.
Yeah, I can see that. But hey, to each their own, right? You don't
Yeah,
have to worry about
totally.
it yet. When you're older, you're gonna look back and be mad at yourself. But
Yeah,
right now, it's all right.
I'm gonna have to start visiting chiropractors now, so I'm like, preventing this problem later.
Right, right, yeah. Oh man. All right, very cool. So next question. Even though you write fantasy and
Mm,
fiction, there's still some research and stuff that you have to do. So I always like to know nowadays with um, Google and all the other things we have at our fingertips. A lot of people just research with just that, but some people like have experts on different things in their real life they bounce things off of, or they like to look at actual physical books or whatever. So what do you use for research? Is it pretty much all online, or do you have other avenues that you use?
I mean, Google is definitely my go-to, but
Hmm.
as I was writing The Legend of Us, since it's based on a D&D campaign that I had with some of my best friends for years,
Yeah,
I had my D&D player's handbook on my desk,
that's awesome.
like for months as I was drafting that book. So I'm like, okay, they're in a town and they need to buy a spear. How much does a spear cost? So I would like flip through that, treated it as
Oh,
my
that's
Bible
perfect.
basically,
Yeah,
because because I wanted it to be grounded in, what we already expect as fantasy,
yeah,
so yeah, I refer to D&D stuff all the time. Like, how big is a dragon in the D&D universe? How much do they
yeah.
weigh? Like, how long are they? Like that
Oh,
kind of
that's
thing.
cool, man. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I love that. All right, very cool. And then next, I would have normally asked about music, but you already said that you just like it silent. No
Yeah.
music, no background noise,
Mm-mm.
always just silence.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like some other authors are kind of like, dude, are you a serial killer? I'm like, no, like, not at all. But like, I just prefer no distractions because I am a former musician as well. Like when I was a teenager, I played guitar
Oh,
and drums
nice.
and bass,
Okay.
whatever. So as I'm listening to like Turnstile or whatever, I'm like picking apart the
Oh,
tracks.
yeah.
I'm like, okay, so this is how they're recording the drums and like this is the bass track. So I'm like picking it apart in my head and it distracts me. So that's why I kind of prefer the silence.
That makes sense. That's
Mm,
good. That's good. Whatever works.
yeah.
All right. So, and then I always like to ask about maps because as fantasy people, we all love the maps, and I
Yeah.
like the one in the Legend of Us. So, how did you? Was that done by the cover artist, or did you have someone else do it, or did you do it? How did the
I
map creation go?
Yeah, so I did a mock-up where I kind of just BS'd a map. I was like, I made this like bean shape, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna put some mountains in here or like some forest, and just kind of like put it
Yeah.
together. But at that point, as I was going along with it, I was also looking for like little opportunities to tell jokes in the map. Like
Yeah.
there's the Nether regions where all the orcs live,
Yeah.
and there's Skyhole that's sitting near the end, which is basically just a riff on the Elder
Yeah.
Scrolls.
Yeah.
But that map really informed the motion of the rest of the story, though, because they're going from Baragond, which is the southwest corner of the territory, up to the amulet, the Temple of the Amulet, which is like on the eastern edge of the spine. But yeah, as I was coming up with names like the spine and the cradle, I definitely wanted to have things that felt like epic fantasy,
Hmm.
but I also am not a huge fan of like long, complicated fantasy names. I'm like, let's make it
Yeah.
easy to pronounce and still feel kind of magical. And occasionally not magical when it makes it funny. That's yeah.
Yeah.
So I definitely started with the map in The Legend of
That's awesome, man. Yeah, very well done. All right. Okay, so then now that we're coming to the end, I usually like to end with some questions where we can get to know you outside of writing. But before we do that, I
Oh,
have
what
a
else is
riddle
there?
for you.
Jeez.
I know. Lots. You just wait.
Uh,
Let's see. We got a couple other authors in here that just popped in. Ellen Holmes is here. What's up, Ellen? Thanks for being here. And the Backwards Knight is also here. What's up, man? Thanks for being here. All right. Are you good at riddles?
uh, we'll
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 find
see.
out.
We'll
We'll
see.
find out. Chat the chat can help you out if they feel like they know it. So,
Sounds
all
good.
right, here we go. So, we'll do this one. What can travel around the world while staying in a corner?
Oh, postage stamp.
Boom! Look at
Yeah,
that.
I
Look
heard
at
this
that.
one before. Yeah,
You
I
did?
didn't, I didn't just like figure.
Oh man, you know what? That we got to do this then.
You got a
All
soundboard.
right,
That's fun.
we're gonna do one more. We're gonna do one more then. This
Okay.
this one you'll probably get to, I think. All right, so
Mm.
so the more of this there is, the less you see. The more there is of this, the less you see.
Ooh, the more of this there is, the less you see. Darkness.
It is.
Is it?
All right, you didn't hear that one, did you?
I really didn't. I was just trying to
All
figure it
right,
out.
that one. Now you get around
Yeah.
with. Woo! Well,
Yeah,
I just saw this sound. I gotta see. Hold on.
these are
Yes, there we go.
these these are better than the Goblin Legend of riddles for sure.
Oh, those are good, man. Those are
Those
fun.
those were funny.
How did you come up with those? Did you
Oh,
just think of them, or did you get them from something?
they're not even riddles. They're just like,
I
yeah, for those of you who are listening and haven't read the book, like in the Legend of goblins love riddles, but they're really bad at them. So goblins think they're like really clever and like making these riddles, but it's just like what has four legs and barks? It's a dog, Like, so anyway, like I just thought it was funny. I just like, what if the
it was
goblins love riddles when they're really bad at them? I
when
just
they're
thought
really
that was,
bad. Yeah, it was
yeah.
good. All right, so we'll start off with an easy question. It might be hard for you. Sometimes this is a hard question, but what's your favorite color?
Are you going to ask me what my quest is and
No,
my
no,
name
no,
is?
no. This is just simple, simple, simple,
All
simple.
right. No, I like orange. I feel like orange
Okay,
is a
nice.
fun, vibrant, underappreciated color.
I agree. Only two. You're only the second person to say they like orange.
All right.
So, and I've done 116 of these. So that's
Sheesh,
there you
dude.
go. Underappreciated for sure. I love
Yeah.
orange.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Have you always liked orange, or is it just a current recent thing?
I think like since I was a teenager, it's been my favorite.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. All right, cool. What about favorite food? Two things. One, what's your favorite food? And then I got another question to do with food after that.
I'm a simple guy, but there's a restaurant near me in Salt Lake City called the Patty Shack, which makes just
Ooh,
like a really good burger. Like
can't go
it's
wrong with
a
a good burger.
yeah, you walk in and it's like this greasy little diner where all the tables and chairs are clearly like from a thrift store,
Yeah.
but they make a mean burger, dog, and it's affordable, like it's local. So,
Oh,
dude,
you can't beat
I
that.
I'd go for a Patty Shack cheeseburger about now.
I
Yeah.
feel like those places always make the best burger, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. What's your favorite toppings on a burger? What do you get on it? What's your go to?
You've been to Utah? You ever had fry sauce?
No, I mean, I've been to Utah. Well, I was in an airport at Utah. I didn't get
Oh,
out of the
okay.
airport. I had a layover once, and it was beautiful through the window.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the
But no,
mountains are
fry
insane.
sauce? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, fry sauce is just like ketchup and mayo mixed with usually like a little hint of mustard or pickle juice or something to
Oh,
give it a little bit
okay.
of kick.
Okay. All
So
right.
fry sauce on a burger is good, but I also love jalapenos, pepper jack
Oh,
cheese,
yes. Oh, man.
um,
Speaking my
bacon.
language.
If I'm feeling
Oh,
crazy,
yes.
you know what I'm
That's my
saying.
kind of burger, man.
Yeah, you
Heck
know what
yeah.
I'm saying. So yeah, but like jalapenos for sure. Like, and give me some grilled onions, lettuce. Yeah, that's a good burger.
Nice. Okay, that sounds good to me. All right. Out of your caveman cooking recipes you've made, what's your favorite one to actually eat?
Ooh, good question. I feel like the tater tot casserole is, I ate it as a kid, so it's
Yep.
nostalgic for me.
Yep.
But the fiesta chicken recipe is also
Oh,
just
that one
really,
looks good.
it's just really good for meal prepping because it's got so
Hmm.
much stuff that your body loves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's a really good one too.
Okay. Nice. I like it. All right.
Mhm.
Next question. So we know that you're good at the writing thing. You're good at this content creation, and you slipped and told me that you used to be a musician, so you can't use that. So what is a talent or a hobby that you have that we don't know about? So don't just focus on the talent. I mean, if you have something we don't know about, great, but it could also be a hobby.
Oh, okay. Here's something that'll blow your mind. I really don't do this much at all, but
Okay.
I've been called upon to provide these skills. But I starred in an independent full-length film
What?
when I was in college. Yeah,
No way.
yeah. Because I
Okay.
mean, I started off as a film student, So
Yeah, I can see that.
the film faculty was going to make a movie over the summer, and they had me audition, and they gave me the starring role. Um,
Nice.
so, and I've done a little bit of like voice acting with recording my own audiobooks
Oh
for Love
yeah.
Letters to a House on Fire and I'm Sorry, Here's a Plasma Rifle, which is free to listen to on YouTube. Go check
Yes.
it out.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, so I've done some voiceover, some a little bit of acting. It's not like my thing, but I can do it when people ask me to.
Oh yeah, you're good at it, man. I will
Thanks, dude.
actually add the link for the YouTube, the plasma rifle. I should have
Yeah.
added that before. I'll add that down there,
Oh, you're good.
so
Yeah.
people can check it out. Because yeah, I
Yeah.
think
It's
you did a good. You did good with that.
Thank you. Yeah, and it's less than 2 hours. It's a quick listen.
Yeah, yeah, yep. All right. Next question. Put the thinking cap on. Go back in time. What was your first job that you had that you got a paycheck for? So not like clean mowing the grass for your parents or whatever, but like, what was your first job?
Oh, like so like outside my family. There
Unless you work for like at a company for your family or something, that counts.
well, I mean, my dad was he was a computer programmer for
Mm.
medical billing software,
Oh
and
wow, okay.
he had like a handful of clients, and he would recruit me and my brothers to help him like fold envelopes for
Oh,
statements to send out to his clients.
nice.
It's I got paid like
That
next to
counts.
nothing, but yeah, so
Yeah.
I think I was like 9, 10 years old,
Oh
just folding
dang.
envelopes at the
Well, at
kitchen
that time,
table.
you probably thought the money was worth it, no matter, even if
Yeah,
it
well,
wasn't that much.
I didn't have any way to make money like outside
Yeah.
of my parents, so they were
Right.
good there. But when in my early teens, I did do yard work regularly for an old
Nice.
family in my
Hustling,
church
man.
ward. Yeah, so every Saturday I go to their house, mow their lawn at least, and then like pull weeds or whatever, just do work around the yard, and
Oh
they
yeah.
paid me like $10 an hour.
That's pretty sweet at that age, because yeah, you
Yeah,
can't really get a job anywhere else at that age. So good for
yeah,
you, man. Did
yeah.
you try
Well,
to find things? Because in Utah, do you get like a lot in the winter? Do you get snow and stuff?
Depending on the part of the state, because I
Okay.
grew up in southern Utah, which is a desert.
Oh
It's like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a couple hours outside of Las Vegas, so it's
Okay,
very dry. In the winter, you might get like an inch or two of snow, like for the whole
okay. So you
season.
could do that like all year for them, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah,
Yard work. Yeah.
totally.
Nice. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. Pretty good way. You made money all the way up until you're old enough to actually legally get a job. So that good for
Yeah,
you, man. That's pretty
basically,
awesome.
yeah.
All right. Well, what was your first car? What was your first ride?
I was allowed to drive the family minivan when I was in high school.
Oh man.
it was like a Plymouth Grand Voyager or
Ooh,
something, you know.
I like to try to look up a picture, see if it brings you back. So a
Yeah,
Grand Plymouth
yeah,
Voyager.
yeah.
What color was it? You remember?
It was like forest green, and it was from the year
Oh
2000,
man.
I
I
think.
think I had a forest green Voyager when I was in high school too. My parents had one. Let me see if I can
Yeah,
find it here.
Voyager
Plymouth
2000 green.
2000.
Yeah, dude, that was the
200
van.
2000. Oh
That
yeah.
was the van.
Yeah, I had one of those too. Like this
Heck yeah.
this bad boy right here.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So,
Oh yeah, rocking out in that. I could see it. Going to do
dude,
your music gigs and that.
yeah, honestly, yeah. Like,
You fit a lot in the back.
yeah, it fit my amp and my guitar and everything. So, dude, yeah, I made this bumper sticker in a graphic design class in high school that said "I am your fantasy," and it had like the outline of a minivan on it. And my dad let me put it
Oh
on the
my
bumper,
gosh. No
surprisingly.
way.
So, yeah,
Oh my
it
god.
was
Did you
fun
take
driving
a
that around.
picture of that you still have somewhere?
Oh, I'm sure it's somewhere, like maybe
I'm
buried
your
deep in
fantasy.
my Facebook. But yeah,
Oh, that's
it's
amazing. That's
yeah,
awesome, dude.
it was
Now
fun.
is there like footage of you playing guitar and doing your music stuff somewhere out there?
Oh, there's got to be a picture somewhere. Yeah, I don't know if it's something like could I send it to you right now and like post it on the
Right, right, right,
live?
right. Yeah, yeah. No,
But
no, you don't
like,
have to do that. I'm just curious if we can see it someday.
oh, for sure. Like I'll find it after I'm off this call with you, and I'll DM it to you because
All
like
right,
yeah,
sweet.
I've got pictures of me playing guitar and stuff in high school, like on stage or whatever.
Rocking out. That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
Do you
I
still
used to be
talk
really
to
cool.
yeah. You were the fantasy, of course.
Yeah, I was really really cool, guys.
What was the name of your guys' band?
The band in high school that I played with was called Go Lucky Militia. I don't know, but
I love it.
Yeah, it was just me. Like I recorded all the
Oh,
tracks
really? You
for
just did it all
yeah.
yourself?
Yeah, because I played
Oh,
drums and
wow.
guitar and bass and like tried to sing. So I would like
Dang.
record all the songs in my
Yeah, and then put them
bedroom.
together?
Yeah, and whenever I was getting ready to play a
What?
show, I would like bring friends of mine who like played different
Yeah,
instruments and be like, "Here's the music, here's the tabs,
yeah.
listen to it, figure it out. We'll rehearse a few times before the show." And that's how we did it.
Dang. That's pretty sick, man. Now, were they as good as you at the drums and all the other things?
Most of the time they were better than me. Yeah. Like,
Well,
yeah.
that's good. At least they weren't like terrible, and you're like, "Oh gosh, I could do better than that."
Yeah,
Well,
there's
that's good.
I think I had a few friends who I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I probably won't have them do another show because that was just a
Yeah,
little
you
rough."
could
But
tell. Yeah,
yeah.
yep. That's awesome, though, man. Do you ever like get together with any of those guys and play anymore, or do you still play on your own?
Oh, dude, we're all like living in different places now, and
Yeah, that
they've
makes
got
it
like
hard.
kids and families and stuff. Occasionally, I'll whip out my guitar and strum a little bit. I'm just not as like hardcore into it as I
Yeah, yeah,
once
yeah,
was. Like I was even thinking about going to like Berkeley College of Music for
yeah.
college, and so
Oh,
that
wow.
obviously
So
didn't happen. Yeah, I was dead
this is a
serious
big
about it.
part of your life.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
huge. Like even like during my Mormon mission, I was
Mhm.
convinced that I was gonna like become a musician for a career.
Dang.
But I just came home and priorities changed. It just
Yeah,
wasn't as important to me anymore.
yeah, yep.
So yeah, like I have a lot of my old music gear, like
Mhm.
just here. But yeah, it's just most of my creative energy goes into my books now.
Yep, yep. Well, then when Legend of Atu comes out, you better come up with a theme song. I want to see you rocking out, play a little theme song to
There there
promote the
there
book.
there is a little chant that the House of Phillips gives in
Oh,
the second
okay.
book. Yeah.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of music in there, you know.
All right, all right. Very cool. All right. Next question is so let me think. What do I want to ask next? All right, this one's easy. Were you ever a gamer? You ever
Oh
into video
yeah,
games? Now,
totally. Like
console or PC?
console. Yeah. I
Nice.
mean,
Okay.
PC is cool, but like
Hmm.
PC requires so much investment, you
Yes,
know?
it
Yeah,
does. Yeah.
you'll build your super rad gaming PC for like
Yeah.
$3,000
It's
and
insane.
then it'll be obsolete in 5 or 6 years.
I
But
know,
like
right? Yeah.
yeah,
I
but
know.
you
Yep.
buy the console for 300 or 400 bucks
Couple
and that's
$100. Yeah.
obsolete. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
and I just like sitting on my couch with a controller. Like I just like how that
Ah,
feels, you know?
it is. It's so nice. I
Yeah.
agree. What's your console? What do you play?
I'm not as much of a gamer as I used to be. It's actually hard
I
for me to
know.
get into video games now. Like it takes a lot to have a
Hmm.
game reel me in. But I have an Xbox and I have a Switch. The
Okay.
Switch One,
Nice.
not the Switch Two.
Yeah.
And yeah, just like a little Xbox Series S, the all digital version.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I bought it right before Halo Infinite came out because I
Ah.
was like, oh yeah, me and my friends will play and we'll do online, and that lasted like two
Yeah.
weeks.
Right. I know. I know. I know. We always have those big thoughts, right?
Yeah.
uh, so what would you say is like a couple of your top games through the years that you played back when you had time?
Oh, dude, like my two favorite games of all time, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Zelda Ocarina of Time. Like
Ah,
Zelda is super influential for me. I love
mhm.
Zelda with my whole heart. Back behind this door is the little hallway that goes into my master bedroom,
Yeah.
and I've got Anduril, the Flame of the West, and I've got the
Uh,
Master Sword hung up.
oh heck yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm about that action.
That's right. Okay. Awesome. All right. Movies and I would say TV shows. Nowadays, it's probably more like streaming shows. But
Uh,
what are some of your favorite movies and TV shows through the years or currently?
um, my letterbox top four is Scott Pilgrim versus the World,
Oh,
Toy
nice.
Story,
Yes.
Spirited Away, and Schindler's List.
Oh
That's
man, those are
yeah,
four bangers, but four very different types of movies.
yeah, I know. But like Scott Pilgrim was a movie that I felt like was made just for me. I'm like, this is my sense of humor. It's quirky. It's got a big fat heart. It's got beautiful
Yeah.
character arcs.
Oh yeah, so
Um,
good.
yeah, if Edgar Wright was like, "Can I direct The Legend of I'd be like, "Tell me where to sign, dude." Yeah, but
Yeah, yeah. That's
yeah,
awesome.
some of my all time favorite shows are like Breaking Bad, Avatar: The Last
Mm-hmm.
Airbender. Um, yeah, like it's hard for me to get into TV. Like it takes a lot for me
Hmm.
to like really get
Yeah.
into a TV show. I was super into Bob's Burgers for years, um, but
That is a
then
good one.
Yeah, then season 13 started, and I was like, we've had 13 seasons of this.
13. There's that many already?
Yeah, and I
Good
was like,
Lord, I didn't realize that. Jeez.
I got a little Bob's burnt out burgers,
Yeah.
so that was it for me. But yeah, Breaking Bad is one of the finest examples of storytelling I've ever seen. It's
Oh,
perfect.
so good. So
Yeah.
good, man. Yep, I
Mhm.
agree. FX was killing it for a while there.
Yeah.
With that and then Sons of Anarchy and I don't know, I'm sure if I thought about it, they had a string of shows that were just so good on
Was The
FX.
Walking Dead owned by FX? I thought they were
I think it was
A&E.
AMC. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was around that same time too.
Totally.
Yeah,
Totally.
TV. There was a stretch there where they made some pretty good shows, but
Yeah.
now you got to have 100 different streaming things if
Yeah.
you want to watch all these different shows.
Oh, I can't believe I almost forgot Over the Garden Wall. It's perfect.
Oh heck yeah, dude,
Yeah. Over the
that's
Garden Wall is
good.
phenomenal.
Yes, yes, it is. It is. That's it. I gotta get. Everybody keeps mentioning Letterbox. I gotta look that up. I think about it every time somebody mentions it, and I don't.
It's fun. It's just a little fun online journal
Yeah.
for, movies and TV shows you watch. I like it.
Yep. Yeah, it's cool. It's a smart idea when they came up with that.
Hmm.
All right. What about let's take it back to books here a little bit. So what about what are some of your favorite books and authors? And then I have another question about books after that.
Totally. So, all-time favorite books, Lord of the Rings. It's specifically Return of the King. It made me feel everything.
Mm-hmm.
To Kill a Mockingbird, Fahrenheit
Nice.
451, Frankenstein. I'm stoked to see the new
Mm-hmm.
movie.
Heck
Yeah,
yeah, me too.
yeah, and Legends and Lattes. It's probably my number
Oh,
five.
I love Legends and Lattes.
Oh
So good.
gosh, yeah, yeah. Travis Baldree was here in Salt Lake City back in August for a writing
Mhm.
convention, and I ran into him and he signed my copies of his books, and I was just, dude, the
Ah,
coolest, most gracious guy, and
he seems like he'd be super nice.
yeah, he's awesome, and dude, I just love 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 that book so
Me
much.
too. Me too. I'm
Mhm.
excited for his new one. I think it comes out this month, right? I
I've
forget what
been
it's
reading it.
called.
Yeah,
Have you
Tor.
been reading it? Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Tor sent me an art copy. I played the influencer
Oh,
card and emailed
heck
them, and I
yeah,
was like,
dude.
"Hey, will you guys send me a free book?" And they did. But it's
That's so
great.
cool. Is
It's
it?
it's
Oh,
a,
it looks
it,
good.
a little bit slightly more of a departure than his previous
Yeah.
books, where it's more adventure.
It's got a little more action, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm really enjoying it. He's just a great writer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's such a good audio narrator, too. Crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's awesome.
Very cool, man. Okay. Now, the other side of that is I'm always curious as a writer, when you have free time, uh, it probably feels like I got to work on my writing. But how do you find time to read as well? Do you have to like plan it into your day, or is it just something naturally you do when you're not writing?
You know, I'm a big believer in making time to read. I will admit that I've been in a little bit of a reading slump lately.
Hmm.
Because I think this year I've had like a lot of books I've read that have been fine, but I didn't
Yeah.
love.
Hmm.
Brigands and Bread Knives has been really good. But yeah, I am a believer in like making time to read. But I will admit, many nights I'm like, I just want to turn on
Yeah.
the TV and go to sleep.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. Reading at night is the later it gets, it does get hard, because it
Yeah,
takes you got to use a different part of your brain, and sometimes if you're
yeah.
just exhausted, it's hard to do it.
Yeah,
I agree.
usually I try to catch up on my reading on the weekends, like especially Sunday.
Oh
Like
yeah.
Sunday afternoon reading is my jam.
Oh, that sounds nice. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Okay, I got a few either or questions for you now to end
All
it
right,
up. Okay, so
let's see.
first one is Star Wars or Star Trek?
Dang, that's tough because like
I know.
Star Trek is smarter.
Hmm.
Star Wars is more fun sometimes. Um, I feel like Andor was terrific. Like
Oh, so good. Hmm.
incredible storytelling. It's
Yep.
like Star Wars finally grew up and had a grown up um display of authoritarianism
Oh
instead of
yeah.
just kind of like
Yeah.
the juvenile thing what Star Wars was. But like I was raised watching Star Trek Next Generation too. So my
That is a
boy
good one.
Picard,
Yeah.
like those episodes are just perfect
Oh
sci-fi
yeah.
writing.
They're so good.
Yeah. So that's tough. I don't know. I think
You
I'm
got
gonna
to
pick
choose
Star
one,
Wars.
Aaron.
I'm gonna pick
All
Star
right.
Wars by a hair. By a hair.
By a
Just
hair.
because of
Yep. Yep.
Andor. Yeah.
Yep. I'd agree. If it wasn't for Star Trek Next Generation, it would be easier to just say Star Wars. But
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you. All right.
Yeah.
Next question. Um, So you were a gamer, and I think I already
Yeah.
know the answer to this. So let's go way back. Nintendo or Sega?
Ooh, see, I started on a Sega Genesis.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah,
And then,
and
but then
like,
Zelda got you though, because obviously
dude,
you had Dreamcast, so you must have started with
yeah,
Sega.
yeah. So we had the Genesis, we had the Dreamcast because we wanted the GameCube, but we were too poor to have the GameCube at the time.
Yeah, yeah. Same with
Um,
me. Yeah.
but yeah, dude, I played the crap out of Sonic games,
Oh
all
heck
through
yeah, dude.
my childhood. I need to pick Nintendo just for Zelda though, because
I
Zelda
know. Yeah.
was so influential for me.
Yep. Yep. All right. Now, and maybe this one will be easier. I don't know. Xbox or PlayStation?
If it was like the Xbox PS2 generation, PS2
Oh yeah.
for
PS2 is
sure.
so good.
Oh gosh. Yeah, right now I'd probably still pick PlayStation because Microsoft has been like crapping the bed
Mm-hmm.
so much lately.
They have been. That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
it's too bad.
exclusives have definitely been better for PlayStation. That's for sure.
Oh, by far. Yeah, Xbox never really like figured out the exclusive thing except for Halo, and even
Yeah.
now, like,
No,
you
no,
know,
that's not going to be
yeah,
able. Yeah.
Campaign Evolved is going to be on PS5 too. So I'm like,
Oh
dude,
yeah. It's. I know.
you're waving the
I
white
just.
flag.
Yeah, I know. They did figure out the whole game streaming, like with Game Pass. They were way ahead of the curve,
Game Pass
ahead of
was sick.
PlayStation on that. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, but now
Yeah,
they raised the price for Game Pass by
I
like 10
know.
or 20
It's
bucks and it's
yeah,
crazy now.
it's not worth it anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess if you game all the time and you don't read or do anything else, then maybe
Yeah.
it's worth it. But
And I don't. I canceled my Game Pass like over
I
a year
know,
ago. I
me
just
too.
use it.
I never play. I went so long without using it. I'm like, I can't keep
Yeah.
paying for this and never playing.
Exactly.
It's just yeah,
Exactly.
for sure. All right, who is your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Mikey.
Yeah, me
He's
too.
so he's so fun. He's just like, he brings the energy, man.
Oh yeah, he does. He does. All right, here's talk about underappreciated though, and maybe not. But so I've asked this question. I haven't asked it every time. Probably like 50, 60 time of these. No one's ever said Donatello. Poor Donnie. Nobody ever.
Really? Oh, but
No,
he's like the brains of
no.
the operation.
I know. But it's usually Michelangelo or Leonardo. Sometimes Raphael, but never Donatello.
Dang.
Sometimes in the chat, people will say they do, and I'm like, "Do you really? Or you just feel bad for him?" I don't know.
That's funny.
All right, and then DC or Marvel? Who are you going with?
Hold on. Because like
Hold the phone.
my knee jerk reaction was Marvel, but
Hmm.
DC has Batman, and I
Yes.
worshipped Superman as a kid. Like the Superman
Oh, okay.
animated series, first
Oh,
grade
dude, it
era,
was
was obsessed
so
with Superman.
good.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the new Superman movie was really good.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I'd say Marvel as a
Okay.
whole because you got Spider Man.
I know Spider-Man's good. But
Spider's my
Batman's
favorite.
my favorite. So I always lean towards DC. But if you took Batman away, I'd probably say Marvel because I love
Yeah,
Spider-Man and
so
Daredevil,
valid.
Punisher. There's a lot of good
There's a
Marvels.
lot of good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. All right, very good, very good. Okay, last question, and this has to do with fruit specifically. Which is the superior grape? Which tastes better, red grapes or green grapes?
Red for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of green grape lovers out there.
Well, they're wrong. Red grapes are
I
superior.
know, right? Come on now. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. All right, very cool, man. Well, can you believe we talked for an hour and 13 minutes already? That flew by.
It's been a good time. Thanks for having me
Heck
on, dude.
yeah, dude.
Pleasure.
Of course. And this is called Beast Friends Forever. We were already Beast Friends Forever, but now that you've been on here, you have a standing invitation to always come back anytime, when you have a new book come out or anything going on, let me know. I'd love to have you back to promote it or chat, or just if you just want to talk about nothing, just let me know. And I'd love to have you back on, dude.
Thanks, man. That'd be
It's been
super
a
fun. I'm
blast.
down. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
Heck yeah. Well, so congrats on everything. You have a lot of awesome things going. I'm excited for what's to come. And just congrats, man. So before I go into my ending spiel, I'll give you the floor to shout out, talk about anything you want to before we go.
Go read The Legend of and all my other books. Go to aaronndhall.com for info on all the things. You'll be able to find my books for the best prices. You'll be able to connect with me on socials. Yeah, thanks for having me, dude.
Of course, man. And LN, she knew. She said red grapes when she was on Red Grape Team.
Gang,
But
gang.
yes, in the description, Aaron's website, his social media, everything's linked in there. So go check it out. Check out his books. I have read let's see, I gotta remember which one I'm pointing. I've read The Legend of awesome. I've read Hammer Fist, the first one. I gotta read part 2. Very good, and I cannot wait to read the original trilogy that you wrote as well. And everything else you come out with, I've read a lot of your short stories. Your writing's awesome. Check him out. Read his stuff and check him out on social media. You'll have a blast no matter what you do. So thanks again for coming on, man. I appreciate you. And I'm just happy to be along for the ride, man, and be a part of your journey. It's pretty awesome stuff. And thank you, everybody in the live chat. You guys were awesome, as always. Thank you if you're watching on replay. We appreciate you as well. I'll be back on Thursday night. I've got author Chris Tolbane on, so look for more info about that as we get closer. But until I see you in that next one, as I always say, devour your TBRs. Be brave, be beautiful to one another, and be beastly. We'll see you, everybody.